4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance
come sit next to Mimi.
Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
You're listening to JoCo Community Radio.
Hey, my jam went away.
Mez, you going to lead us in?
Welcome everybody to the Jobfather show. Obviously, we are not the Jobfather, so me and Dana are taking over. What? Yeah, good luck, Foster, with that one. So we are sponsored by JoCo Community Radio, proud sponsor of many, many wonderful programs. And if you want to hear this show and many others, please download the free app on your Android and iOS device. And I think that's about it. Shout out to Tiff.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to do the quick prayer for us as well?
Oh, God. I
can do it if you don't.
No, I was up till 4 a.m.
Oh, girl. Woo! Talk about a night.
And I was singing this song, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but do you guys remember Destiny's Child?
Yes.
You guys know that group? But I was singing this hymn, and for some reason, I wanted to sing it as a prayer, but you guys cannot make fun of me.
No. That's hilarious.
No, yeah. No, you know, I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Go ahead, Dana. Go for it.
No, I get it. No problem, Mez. Well, good morning, everybody. We're excited to be on JoCo Community Radio. With that being said, Father God, we're just honored to serve the job seeker community. We just ask, Lord God, you would surround us and help us to have conversations and dialogue that would bless the job seeker community. Lead, guide, and direct us, and thank you for the guests we have on the show today. Open doors of opportunity for the job seeker community. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Well, yes. Well, Jobfather Nation, we're so honored to have Mez on the show today. Mez is a lifesaver and keeps us in alignment. We're grateful to work with Tiffany and JoCo Community Radio. With that being said, couple announcements before we get into introducing our first guest. First and foremost, please do not forget that the Jobfather is serving the job seeker community. And if you would like to help support all the work he's doing to help job seekers land jobs, you can go to searchforyou.inc and go onto the website. If you're a job seeker, look at the jobs that Foster is working on. If you are a hiring leader, you can partner with Foster to find the most qualified individuals at a very affordable price.
Mm-hmm.
In general, we encourage you to donate to the job seeker community to help Foster continue to do what he does.
Do we have any landings, Dana, that you know of?
I will be there in a second. I'm not done with
sorry. Sorry. My bad.
Yep, you're getting ahead. So please do not forget to go to Search for You Inc. Check out the jobs that Foster is working on. Let him know if you need help filling any roles, and job seekers, take a look at what he has to offer and don't hesitate to donate. Foster works very hard, and the support helps us to keep the job seeker community going. Second of all, don't forget to attend your local job fairs, Frisco Connect, South Lake Focus Group. There are different job seeker groups under Foster's network all over the Metroplex. Feel free to reach out to Foster, Mez, or myself if you have any questions. They're also listed on Search for You Inc. In addition to that, now we have some exciting openings. Now, landings, Foster usually brings those because he's engaged during the week with his network. Mez may or may not know of a few landings. But before we get there, please take a look at this. We have positions open at Beacon Oral Specialist, Accounts Receivable Specialist, Claims Specialist. We just hired numerous roles in our Revenue Cycle Management Team group, as well as our IT group. We continue to hire Caris Life Sciences. Please go to their website, carislifesciences.com, beaconoralspecialist.com. Back to Caris. They are also hiring with their billing, and they have numerous nationwide positions available, whether it be in sales, marketing, or in the lab side in Phoenix, Arizona. A lot of lab operations type opportunities. Organizations, if you want to advertise your roles and get great exposure, reach out to Foster Williams, the Jobfather himself, and he will be able to help get your positions advertised for affordable rate. With that being said, without further ado, let's do this. Mez, how about you introduce our guest for the first half of the show?
Absolutely. So we have back the lovely Miss Liz Sawyer. She and I have literally been talking, I don't know what, 4 times a day for the past 3 weeks. But she's an amazing person. She's an IT project manager. She is in the market, so that's a thing. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to squirrel real quick. I'm trying to do both my jobs at the same time. So Liz is in the market, but she's also our SHME, a subject matter expert on project management and recruitment. She's also a recruiter. So Liz
was a recruiter. Apparently, you never stopped being a recruiter.
You never stopped being a recruiter. With you. Yes. So go ahead, Liz.
Well, okay. Since Foster's not here to start, I have a dad joke. Bob Kim sent me a dad joke last night, so I've got it. How do you organize a space party?
Oh, God. How?
You plan it.
Oh, dear God. No. We're done with the show. Done. No. It was bad. It was really bad.
It fits. It's a good dad joke.
It was. And that was definitely a Foster dad joke, too, Dana. Like, you know that, too. Oh, he's going to love that one. Oh, where is the other Tiffany? Not our Tiffany that runs the show, but the other Tiffany, Parsley.
She's working, so maybe she's not here today.
Oh, that's excuses.
Got a job.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're here to help you guys out to talk about Liz. We talked about this yesterday. Remind me again. We're going to talk about project management and all the faux pas. And you have a doozy of a story just for everybody's knowledge. She has a fun story about an interview she just went on. So,
not going to say where or who because it was
of course not.
It was an accident on their part. It's more towards recruiters about qualifying your open jobs. Make sure that you understand what the role is that you've just gotten from your hiring manager so you can pass on correct information to your recruiters. Because the recruiter only knows what their account manager told them. So I couldn't even blame the recruiter. I mean, they were right. The hiring manager was really cool. But yeah, went through the whole get dressed up, come sit in front of the computer, and got all excited about the company. And she told me about her, and I'm telling her about all of my technical experience as a project manager. And she stops and wanted to know, why was I telling her about all my technical experience? Because this was not a technical job. And yeah. And talking to somebody who's like me, that everything you think is written on your face, that there is no hiding it. I wish I could have like seen my face at the same time as her face, because it was this, oh, well,
I'm not
you're really
interviewing
nice.
for the
You're
right
really
job.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So,
But I've been there. I've been there too, Liz. Like, I've been in interviews and all of a sudden the recruiter looks at me and we look at each other going, you don't even know what the job needs, or you don't even know what the job requires. And I'm realizing this during the interview, which is so frustrating. It's hard enough to get interviews right now, but you're face to face or even like computer face to face, and you're like, yeah, I'm super excited. And the freaking recruiter or the interviewee, it goes both ways. The person being interviewed goes, da, da, da. I have no idea. Like it doesn't click until it clicks.
Yeah.
But Dana, have you ever had that experience that, oh crap, they both ways? Like, have you ever had that moment?
I think for our job seekers, I think it's for sure. I think it's happened on both sides of the coin for almost everybody. And I'm glad that both you and Liz Mez brought this up, because this is a reality. It happens to everybody. But the next question would be, how do we navigate that? What does that look like? How do we help the job seekers navigate this situation when it happens to them? Mez, I know that you're really good at kind of analyzing a situation and then saying, okay, what's the best path forward? When this has happened to you in the past, and then I would like to hear the same thing from Liz and Demita. If you have an example, let me know. How have you navigated the confusion?
Well, once I realized that one, I'm not qualified, or the realization kind of like wiped over both of us. Like, it could be a panel, it could be just an individual. But once we have that realization, we kind of have a kumbaya moment. It's like,
yeah, it's like everybody,
let's take a break. Let's slam on the brakes real quick. Let's just take a minute. Take a deep breath. But after you get over the initial shock, because it is shock,
it is.
You as if it happens as like, if you realize that they don't have their crap together as a person interviewing, you go, hey, listen, I am clear. Just admit it, because you're going to waste your time. You're going to waste everybody else's time. Just admit and say it out loud. Say what the elephant is in the room. Is it a woolly mammoth or is it an African elephant? Like, you just say what the animal is in the room. So once you say it out loud, they get more relaxed.
Yes.
They get more relaxed. And then you go, okay, listen, I am highly qualified for many different types of positions. Clearly, we're not on the same page with this type of position, but I have other people. Liz is perfect at this. Liz, you have another story from South Lake Focus Group from yesterday, because
actually, before I go into that, I've got two different ways of handling this that I've done. One from a long time ago and one from yesterday. Okay. Yesterday, or no, it wasn't yesterday, day before yesterday.
Day before, yeah.
But yes, when that one happened, it was kind of this, and it's like, it's something I could do, but it's not something I do. And it happened, like, we had already gone 10 minutes over the interview time. So it was kind of a, you're a wonderful person. It was kind of one of those. We ended it that way with, you're great. It's, I could tell from her, she's like, you're great. You're just not what I want. And it's like, yeah, you're great. That's just not really what I want. I mean, I could do it.
Right.
It's not what I'm looking for.
Right. Exactly. It's like, love you, but not for this. Yeah.
Actually, I hadn't thought about this until just now. This was years ago. This had to have been, God, probably about 15 plus years ago. I was interviewing, and a friend of mine, Samad, was interviewing at the same company. And as we're going through the interview process, he was much more process oriented than I was, much more into the analytics. And so we're going through the interview, and I'm realizing I don't fit. I mean, I'm going to be putting a square peg in the round hole. And I actually ran into Samad in the parking lot. And so I knew he was the next interview after me.
Oh my gosh, how random.
Yeah. And I actually told the hiring manager, it's like, I'm not a fit, but your next interview right after me. And I was like, Samad is coming in. He's already in the lobby. He is exactly this job.
Yeah.
This job is him, not me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember if he got it or not. I mean, it was so long ago and I've slept a lot since then.
Yeah.
But later on, they actually did come up. I had already gone back to work and they called me. They had created a position and they were like calling me to see if I wanted to go there later on.
Yeah.
But it was far enough after that I'd gone back to work.
Right. But you know what, Liz and Mez, it's so cool because I was hoping that this is what we were going to see out of this. And the truth is, hey, not every job's going to be a fit, but by having the character to be honest and admit to yourself and to the interviewer in a very professional way that this might not be a fit, but here are my qualifications. And then also having the integrity to advertise and promote someone else who is a better fit is going to open additional doors for you, right?
Just like I said last time, I mean, I'd rather lose a job to a friend
Yeah.
than somebody I've never met before.
For sure. For sure. We have each other's backs. But I love that both of you led with character and honesty. And that opened up additional doors. And so if there's anything that our listeners can get out of this, is it's okay to not be a perfect fit. And it's okay to say, you know what? Round peg in a square hole. But I am great at this and I am good at this and I am interested in this company. And by the way, I know someone, or Samad is going to be great, where I'm excited for you to speak with them. Every interview may not lead to a job, but any interview can lead to additional opportunities.
It's one more person you know now.
It's
one
is.
more person. They hear your name. They know, like, they're going to picture you. You're not just some random cartoon character they're going to picture.
Love it. You're absolutely right, Liz. And if I might add real quick, because I want to give you the floor back, Liz, but if I might add real quick, sometimes interviewing can be viewed a little bit like dating, like you're going in to meet someone you don't know. There's, depending on the situation, maybe a little bit on the line that you're excited about and hoping will come to fruition. But just like dating, I always go into that saying, hey, at minimum, I might make a new friend. If anything else is meant to be great, and that takes the pressure off. Same thing with interviewing. At minimum, I might make a new friend or a new contact today. Who knows what's going on in their work and personal life? I want to be a breath of fresh air during the interview and hopefully speak well during the interview. So I'm just going to be that positive, honest, confident person. And hey, if it's meant to be, it'll open. If not, other opportunities will open one way or the other. But that can take the
you want to be
pressure off.
yourself.
Yes,
you want to be yourself.
Go to the
They're
bathroom
going to
and
meet
sneak out
you.
of
If
the
you
day.
get the job, they're going to meet you when you start. And if you're somebody else other than who you were on the interview, it's like that first date where you meet your ambassador.
Yeah, that's funny.
Clean that up. You can clean up that turd really good.
Liz, you can meet that ambassador. But isn't that so true? I mean, and you can even look at that for the company. Sometimes the company is, we're meeting the ambassador and we don't know what we're getting into.
Sometimes I've run across this. Guys, back me up on this. When you go to an interview and it looks good on paper, the website, they've been around for many years and gorgeous, splendid. And you hit the jackpot and they're super into you, you're super into them, and then you get into the job and realize, holy crap, all of a sudden the makeup comes off.
That's why you do your homework. I had a friend that has an interview someplace I've worked before, and he called me yesterday and wanted to know, what is it really like there? Right. And, I shared with him, I even remembered that I had pictures that we took in cubes, and he wanted to know the size of the cube. So I sent him the pictures of me and a coworker in the cubes. Like everything I could think of, I answered truthfully. So you don't go in with this picture that somebody painted of this utopia. Exactly. You kind of get, what is it really like?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the real world here?
We have strawberries on top. Like I picture like a strawberries on top. Like you go to the grocery store and then you pick it up and you realize it's all molded on the bottom.
Yeah. You want to look at the bottom if you can. And that's what's great
Exactly.
about South Lake Career Focus Group. They try to stress people need to connect with others. Well, if you make friends with somebody, ask them, hey,
Yeah.
this is on your resume. What was it really like?
Yeah.
And you might
Exactly.
hear, it was awesome. It's my favorite place to work, which I have one of those. And you might hear a, well, it's better than being unemployed.
Yeah.
I mean,
And sometimes we're there. We've been there, right?
yeah,
Dana, like
yeah.
we've always been there. Like,
I mean,
I'm
I
there
admit
now.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm there
Sometimes you
now.
sometimes
sorry.
just like you said, Demetria, sometimes you just have to have an open mind. But another thing
Right.
to think about too is so I love, Liz, that you were very honest and transparent with the pros and cons. One thing, okay, so I am not a big fan of, and it's slowly becoming discouraged. I know some states are completely removing ratings for employers because, yeah, okay, there's always going to be toxic employers out there.
Correct.
But let's face it, there's two sides to every story. Somewhere, the truth is usually somewhere in the middle in almost every circumstance. And a lot of people will go online to complain and give the company negative reviews. But I will
and you
say
got to
this.
filter.
You've got to filter it. Thank you. Because it depends on the person. It might be a specific manager in a specific department that needs some coaching, and maybe that is
Yeah.
being worked on behind the scenes. But it
Correct.
doesn't mean the entire company sucks.
Oh, of
Exactly.
course not.
Yeah. So I think as mature adults, we have to look at the bigger picture. Okay, I went and looked the company up. It has a mediocre or a negative rating. That is something to keep in mind. So maybe
Yeah.
what I'll do is see if I know anybody that's worked there to see what they say, just like Liz
Exactly.
just discussed. But keep an open mind as well, because most of the time, disgruntled employees are the ones leaving reviews. I'll be honest with you. I've
Well, think
had a
about it.
lot.
If you go to a restaurant and it's
Yeah.
awful, you leave a review.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if it's
Always leave a
amazing,
review
you
when it's
don't.
off, when it's great.
No, I don't.
We don't
That's the
do it.
thing. I totally
I'm
forget.
guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
I try to do both. I really
Oh,
try hard to
good.
do
Well,
both.
you're a better person than I am.
Yeah.
I
But
try to do
it
both.
takes
Like if
time
it's off,
though.
like
It does take time. Exactly.
awesome.
It
Perfect. It
takes a
takes
lot of time,
time.
and we're more likely to comment on something that wasn't favorable versus
Something
commenting
that
on
is.
something
That's
that
a
was
great
Yeah.
favorable.
point. That is
Yeah.
an awesome point
So,
because
and,
we're
but
so
and if you think about it, both take the same amount of time
correct.
because
Yeah.
you still have to express your negative,
Exactly.
and
Mhm.
it takes the same amount of time to express your positive. So I try really, really hard to do both.
I think
Yeah.
that's great.
That's an
Liz, what
awesome
would you
point.
say as far as, and I'm sorry, Maz, I so didn't mean to speak over you.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead. Go.
No. Liz, so I know we've got about, 5 minutes,
About
10
5
minutes
minutes left.
left. I wanted to get some additional feedback on some things that you've seen, whether it's recent or previous, because obviously these comments have brought some good conversations up between Demetria, Mez, and myself. And our goal on the show every day is to help job seekers. Any other weird situations that either any of you have been in that we could dialogue on?
Oh God, I was a recruiter. I lived with weird situations.
Yeah, I bet you did.
I knew it. I
Um,
got the question. I'm like, how long do we have?
At the end of the day, though, as a job seeker, this environment, I was a recruiter with Foster 26 years ago.
That's so
So
amazing. Yeah.
long, like I was 5.
Aw.
And
So
Um,
you
Liar.
started your career with Foster, basically.
pretty
Pretty
close to
much.
it.
Yeah. Or the
Uh,
beginning part of your career.
Yeah,
Maybe not the
beginning
very,
part,
very
I was a
beginning.
recruiter, and then
Yeah.
it's like I said on the last show, I like jumped the fence and went into IT and started out as a technical writer and did training and built
Oh.
WBTs. And
Yeah.
then became a business analyst and then became a project manager. And I'm sorry that you guys are hearing the thunder because
No,
it's like
Oh,
pouring
okay.
here.
no problem. I got a
But-
question when you're done.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, okay, so you career transition, girl, successfully. How'd you do it?
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Um,
our job
it was-
seekers would like to know how you did that.
Honestly, a lot of it was just being in the right place at the right time. I was recruiting, and in college, okay, I went to college and graduated in the 90s before we had computers to go look for jobs. So, like, my first job hunt was getting dressed up, driving to different cities with my paper resume. But in college, I learned a lot about computers. my degree was in management, human resources, and all my friends were getting their MIS degrees. So I did my degree because I needed to get in and out of college fast. I only had so much time and so much money. And I learned all their stuff just from hanging out with them, and thought their stuff was cool. So when that job came open, I actually talked to my boss, who, this was after Foster. It was John Romer, who was an awesome boss. And I told him, it's like, I can prove I can do every one of these things. They're not on my resume, but I actually can prove it.
It's a challenge.
And he went and talked to Debbie Douglas, who later became my boss, and they did a trade because found out that they were going to have to lay somebody off in recruiting, and I was going to stay. My friend was going to be the one to be let go. So he told me the morning that he was going to have to let somebody go, he'd send me a message, and I quit immediately after that and went to the other team. So that way he didn't have to lay anybody off.
There you go. Wow.
And that's where it started. And my friend Mark threw a RoboHelp CD in front of me and told me, well, let's see if you can figure out how to do this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice. I love how you said MRS degree. Like, seriously, we're not politically correct in this show, apparently.
Well,
yeah.
Oh, shoot. I don't know who said that. That's kind of funny. But
That was Liz. That was not me.
yeah, that
I'm
is
not in trouble.
hilarious.
That is
No,
not
but I
me.
appreciate you sharing that, Liz, because, you know,
Yeah, that's awesome.
so I partner with people throughout the job seeker community and outside the job seeker community and through referrals on writing resumes, cover letters, and aligning LinkedIn in a way that will get the recruiter's attention. And it's something I do for very affordably to help people. And I had a client this week say, you know, Dana, I've been in this, and this role, but I've gained these skills and I'd like to transfer over to project management. I'd like to really utilize all these skills that I have acquired in this way. And honestly, Liz, there's a lot of people out there that have acquired skills and want to transfer over, or have a natural passion and wants to transfer over to something a little different. So I'm appreciative of you sharing this because it shows it's doable. If you put yourself in the right places, if you
Amen.
work to get the right certifications or things, I mean, there are so many different avenues to get affordable training, LinkedIn training, Coursera,
free
actual
resource-
project manager programs.
That's
And
what I
then
went through the network. Through the network, I got all of my certifications. I have like 20 of them. Seriously.
Go girl. Wow.
And I have like, I'm way overeducated, but we're about to have music, but I got all of my education for free through this network. So we'll talk about that when we come back, and we get to talk to Mr. Dimitri. So everybody hang out. We'll be back.
School choice. Sweet-sounding words from sweet-sounding groups like the American Federation for Children. Well, the truth is alarming. These are the people caught marketing private school vouchers to illegal immigrants in Arizona. And they want to do the same in Texas. But Dwayne Burns said no. And that's why they're targeting him in this election. The voucher program they're pushing is a magnet for illegal immigration. Fully qualified to receive these $10,000 vouchers, illegal aliens would go to the front of the line ahead of U.S. citizens. These groups want to replace Dwayne Burns with a rubber stamp, and they've got one in Helen Kerwin. Kerwin has pledged to support this voucher scheme if elected, but we can't let that happen. Dwayne Burns' top priority is border security. He's stopped taxpayer-funded handouts to illegal aliens. And he's endorsed by every law enforcement association in Texas. Political ad paid for by the Dwayne Burns campaign.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Good morning, Jobfather Nation. We are excited to be back. Just a reminder, something that we're really thankful for. We are a part of Joco Community Radio. And with being a part of Joco Community Radio, we wanted to give you a quick reminder. So Joco Community Radio is a member of EMG. It's a podcast collective proudly serving both Tarrant and Johnson counties. And we are live in the TuneIn Radio Network and on our station app. So as Mez mentioned earlier, you can tune in by downloading the tuneinjoco.com app or go into tuneinjoco.com to check out our full lineup and more. We have many partners helping us amplify the voices of our communities. And in the commercials you've probably heard, you can connect with Todd Hurd and Associates, attorney at law, for 25% off your first order. Use code JOCO2024 to advertise. In addition to that, you can go to the tiffy.com, join Swipe Nation today, and save on your credit card processing for your company. We are, again, excited to be here. Now, question, does anybody have a dad joke for the second half?
I do.
Go, girl.
What creature has more lives than a cat? A frog, because they croak every day.
That's so bad. But it's so funny.
I'm sorry, guys. I have my little my dog. It's thundering over here, so he's nervous. So he's just sitting in my lap. So sorry about
it's okay. Wrigley might get there in a second because it's really dark over here too. So I think we might be getting there ASAP. So, Demetria, we are excited to meet you.
Hello.
Liz, did you, not Liz.
And you have a little friend too, your son.
Well, it's my grandson.
Oh, it's your grandson? Oh my God, you are not that old, woman.
Yeah, it's my grandbaby.
No. Hey, what's your name?
Well, he wants to say hi. Hold on a
Say
second.
hi. Absolutely.
Okay, DJ.
Hey,
You
love,
can
you want
say
to be
hi.
on the radio?
You want to say hi?
Want to say hi? You've been
Aw, too cute.
Oh, now you're shy.
Yeah.
I see his little head. All I see is like the
Oh,
forehead.
hold on a second.
Hey, Lovey. How are you?
Yeah.
Is Gigi on the radio?
Yeah,
Help
we've
Gigi
got a
get
cutie.
job?
Future individual. But Demetria, we are very excited for you to be here.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. And what is going to be great about today is Demetria is going to share with us her unique experiences that prove why corporations with openings in her field of expertise should truly consider her. So Demetria, let's start out first by sharing a little bit about your background and the types of roles you're looking for.
Okay, thank you all so much. I'm excited to be here. One of the things that I really absolutely love is solving problems for people. And I also enjoy continuous improvement, improving processes, streamlining processes, and things like that. That's something I just automatically do, whether it's my responsibility or not. And I'm looking for a role that will allow me to do that in a project management role. I don't know if those roles exist, but I would love to be a project manager of continuous improvement. I have interviewed for some of those types of roles. And when Liz was talking about the recruiter not knowing what the job is, I've had that experience as well. So then I start asking questions to try to kind of get some clarification and help them get some clarification as well.
Absolutely.
Because that's where the BA hat comes in, at gathering requirements, right?
Yes.
So I just kind of get into that mindset and start asking questions. But one of the things that's really, really important to me is getting in a role that will stretch me and challenge me to grow and take the skills that I already have and hone those skills more. And I want a role like that. And I want to make a difference for people and help people make their lives simpler, make their lives better. And when they come to work every day. So, because some people dread it, even though they don't say it, some people dread going to work because they got these 20 processes that they have to do. And it doesn't always make sense to do that. So that's one of the roles that I'm looking for, is that. And my areas of travel is Frisco, West Plano, McKinney, and Allen. I've had interviews for Las Colinas. I'm not open to traveling.
I am not going. Exactly.
Because I live in Aubrey, north of Frisco. And
I know exactly.
I did that commute before, and that's just not how I want to spend my time.
Well, good.
I'm at my best. I'm a morning person, and my best is not having to spend a day and a half to get to work every day. And I'm open to hybrid. Remote has been okay, but and it's really funny because my natural personality is introvert, but I also learned that I'm an ambivert, so I'm kind of in between the two, introvert and extrovert.
An ambivert?
Yes, I saw this term on LinkedIn. I was like, "What the heck is that?"
Exactly. I'm like, is it an amber alarm? Like, I'm thinking my phone's gonna go off.
Explain that to me. I've never heard that before.
So the ambivert is your natural personality is typically introvert, but you are, and so extroverts get their energy from people, right? Introverts get their energy from and refuel being alone.
Yeah, leave me
so
the hell
an
alone.
ambivert is in between. Is that you can be sociable when it's necessary, but your ideal place is being by yourself.
I will be social for about 10 hours max, but once I hit my limit, I am done. And I am not a nice person anymore. Like, don't talk to me. You will hear cussing.
I need some quiet time.
Yes. Like, if you come near me, I will kill you. Like, do not come near me. So yes, I am now, Dana, I am an ambivert. I've now been identified.
Where did you find that out? I've never heard of that.
I've never heard that. Someone had posted an image on LinkedIn and they kind of gave the descriptors of it. And I was like, that's me. Because you're sociable when you need to be. But that's not your ideal.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know quite a few people that are like that. I think it's important for us to know our strengths and weaknesses to set our own selves up for success and know how to communicate our boundaries.
Exactly.
So if someone were to ask you, Demetria, okay, if we were to hire you, what would set you apart from other people in this same type of a role that would make you the better hire over other candidates? Well, how would you answer that?
I believe what would set me apart is my passion for making sure things are done the right way, the simplest way, and finding ways to do that, and finding ways to improve processes to make other people's life better, and to even, because it trickles through the company, right? So if you have a person in a role that can look at a process and say, why are we doing this in 20 steps when we can do it in 5, and here's how, versus just saying, why are we doing this in 20 steps but don't have a solution? And so what I typically do is I'll look at processes and I'll look at them and go in and dig in and see what's connecting to what's doing this and what's doing that. And then on my own, I'll go in and do that and then look at how can we simplify this. Before I say anything to anyone, I always go and look and see how it can be simplified. And once I do that, then I'll test things out and I'll make sure it's working. Then I'll rope someone else in and say, hey, can you check something for me? And I'm going to send you this. It is supposed to do this. Let me know if it's doing that. And then once I kind of work all the kinks out, then I present it. I mean, because I've done.
Are you
that
certified? Do you have any certifications?
I have my PMP. I also have my ACP, the Agile Certified Practitioner.
There you go.
I also have my Lean Yellow Belt.
Woohoo!
And I have my Certified Scrum Practitioner. No, Product Owner. I'm sorry.
Product Owner. Then, oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm also studying for my Safe Agilist role. Because in my brain, all of this is centered around continuous improvement.
Absolutely.
So that's why that was my reasoning for getting those certs versus a different cert.
Do you have any like target industries or target companies that you're?
I love IT. I love IT, and I love working with business, being the liaison between IT and the business.
Gotcha.
Because speaking that language.
Yes, because business knows what they want, but they don't know how to tell IT what they want.
Yeah.
And IT knows how to do it, but they don't understand what the business is asking for. So I'm that person in the middle that says, hey, what do you guys want? And just kind of walk through and talk with them about what it is they're looking for, and then take that same information and put it in technical terms for IT.
Well, it's also important, I think you can relate, and Dana, you can relate to this as well, when you talk to the technical teams and you can speak that language and understand what can be done and be able to like sometimes the customer or client just wants a miracle on a platter, and you can't do that. But when you talk to your technical team, you're like, we can't freaking do that. Like, it's not going to happen. Sorry about your bad luck. Like, the sales team can pitch it all day long, but it's not going to happen. And being able to translate that to one, your sales team, and then two, the client going, okay, this is what we can do. And this is called fantasy. That's a unicorn over there. That's a leprechaun. And that's a pot of gold. So if you find it, let me know. But that's not what we're able to provide right now.
I'm really good at making that presentation right there.
Right.
I'm really, really good. Perfect. Because what I do is I'll talk to development. I'm like, hey, this is what they're asking for. I already know it's impossible. Okay. But I know this already. I don't tell them. I don't burst the bubble. Of course not. So I'm like, okay, let me go and talk to, and I always under promise and over deliver. And I go and talk to development. I'm like, hey, this is what they're asking for. And I already know that can be done, but what can we do? Right. And so then what I go back and do with business, and I'm like, hey, I know you guys asked for this, this, and this. Unfortunately, we can't get that, but we can do this. Exactly. And I've had good results with that, because
that's the reality of life.
Right. And they're looking for a solution. So versus saying, oh, no, you can't have that. And then that's where the pushback comes. When you tell someone you can't have something, but you don't provide a solution for them, they typically go with the solution because they know they were asking for the pie in the sky.
Right.
They already know that. So because they've asked for it before and they were told no. So it's like, okay, let's ask for this pie in the sky. And so then I always present every single time, this is what we can do. And that has gone over well. And that has been working well for me. That has been working very well.
And
one of the things that I did in a role that I had, I managed all of the store financials. And I'm gonna date myself. I worked at Blockbuster. Absolutely love
Blockbuster.
I have Blockbuster game. I'm actually going to get it and show it.
I have it too. I have the Blockbuster game too.
I love it.
That was my most favorite job. I haven't been able to find a job like that since. And what I did, I managed all of the store data, the financial data, the store demographics. I managed everything that was related to the store, and we would buy our data from Infomart, which was all of the demographics for the store in the areas we were going to open stores. and processing that data. You have it. Look at you.
I love
Declined.
Blockbuster.
Rewind.
Yeah, that was the best company ever. It really was.
Oh, you
That
know,
was the best company to work for.
fun fact of the day, Netflix came to Blockbuster before anybody knew about
Yes.
Netflix,
Yeah.
and they offered their business model, and they turned it down.
Oh,
Yes, and
no.
and I'm telling you, we were like, "What is wrong with you?
I
Why are we
know.
doing this?" And then
There's
tried to
always
do
gonna be
Blockbuster
stores.
online, and it didn't work. So
No. They were too late
the
to the
window closed
party.
very fast.
Yep.
So
But that's how Netflix started, everybody.
yep,
Those of
that's
you
how
that
it
don't even
started.
know. Yep.
That's how it started. But I was able
That's
to take a
amazing.
26-hour process and get it down to 4 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
There
by
you go.
automation and using Access, writing queries because I know SQL, and so I know how to
Oh,
go in and write queries and pull data out. And
Are you a programmer? Do you actually
no,
program, or do you know enough
so
about
what
it to
I
get in
did
trouble?
whenever I want to learn something,
Mhm.
I go and do some research, find out what I need to do to learn it, and I go learn it.
Gotcha.
And so I
Okay.
did that with learning Linux. I went out and bought a little mini server, and
Okay.
so I could learn how to write, create tables and write code and stuff to create tables. So I love. So I have a very technical mind, but I
Good.
also know how to translate and talk to non-technical people.
That's
Gotcha.
amazing. And I like
That
that
is
you're a
amazing.
proactive learner.
Yes,
I love that.
yes.
Yes.
Because all of
It's-
my certs that I have was none of them were through my company. I paid for all of them myself.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we can change that for you in the network. We will get you taken care of if you want to get any more certifications.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Look, Dumas, so Computer Minds is the program I went through, and they have anything from like the legal hackers to what I went through was a IT project management course, and they have all the certifications. But Dumas, Dr. Dumas is a person.
Dr. Dumas?
Dr. Dumas, he goes to South Lake Focus a lot. Definitely a good contact. But I know you want to be in IT, but are there any particular companies that you're looking for in this area?
My dream company is Toyota.
Ooh,
And
we have.
Yes, and I like Toyota because I've done research on Toyota. I love the Toyota way. Absolutely love that. And Toyota was very pivotal in the continuous improvement movement. And
They
still
actually started
are.
it. Honda and
right.
Toyota, I believe.
Say
were
it
the ones
again.
that Honda and Toyota actually, their employees back in like the early 70s, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but they are the ones that came up with the whole idea of Lean Six Sigma.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And they improved upon it. And
Yes,
they
they did.
operate in it. I actually interviewed with them for a role. And I wasn't selected to go to the second round, but it was a very interesting interview because they do STAR. And I felt like I sucked at STAR. So I was like, okay, I need to work on that. Because I had everything all typed out because the recruiter was absolutely awesome because she sent me everything I needed for the job interview. And I prepared for it based on what she sent me. And it was totally, they didn't do any of it. And I was like, no, this is not how it's supposed to be.
I hate that. So everybody out there listening, STAR, what she's talking about is a STAR story. So it is start. What does it stand for? I can't remember now. So
it's situation, task. Let's see, situation, task, action, result.
Exactly. So that's what she's talking about when she's saying STAR. She's not actually like grabbing a star. So
yeah, really.
Calm your happy butt down. She's not going to get you a star. She's good. She's not that good. Okay. But yeah, but I completely agree. I remember that so bad. And we were talking about that in the first part of the show where they quote unquote, especially these bigger companies. I hate to be that way with bigger companies, but they give you a list, but they never follow it, or if they
Right.
do, it's semi and they don't care.
Yeah.
Like they have to
Yeah.
do certain things. But okay, so Toyota, yeah, we can definitely
Toyota
help you out.
is my ideal, but one of the things I've really been thinking about, because I like wearing multiple hats. I
Yes.
would love to work in a startup. I really would love to
Startups.
work in a startup because I function well in chaos. I like bringing order
can
to
tell.
chaos. I don't. It's it's something wrong with me, but I love bringing order and establishing processes, documenting processes. I love doing that type of stuff and just kind of setting things in order. So I would love to work at a startup. That would really be great for me, because
Have you
then there's nothing there, so it's like, okay, we're gonna go in, because I'm a
Yeah, so
creative
you have to put
person.
in the exactly. You have to put in the bones before they
Yes.
can stand up.
Yeah, because
Have you
I'm a very
considered?
creative person as well, so
Right.
being able to do that, so you got the technical and the creative working at the same time. So
Absolutely. Have you considered a smaller company? Because I work for a very small company, but we have a big impact on the industry. So, have you thought about, instead of doing like a Toyota type thing, like looking at a smaller company? Because it sounds like you would be really good at multiple hats at a smaller company. Yes, I know, love. I know, honey.
yes, so one of the
I'm
things
talking your
that
son, your grandson.
oh, my grandbaby. One
Yeah,
of the things
grandbaby.
that I did have a conversation with someone about, because I had a call from Dr. Pepper,
Dr. Pepper.
because I
Okay.
had an interview with them in October 20 last year, and the role came up again, and I applied for the role again, but the money is not there. And so one of the things I spoke to the recruiter about, it has to be twofold, because it has to make career sense, but it also has to make financial sense. Otherwise, I'll start looking again.
Yeah, I mean that's a shout out to all the companies listening, because we have multiple countries, multiple companies, multiple countries, and
Yep.
especially in the US. Listen, if you want a unicorn, you have to pay for a
Exactly.
unicorn. You
Exactly.
cannot get a purple squirrel. They do not exist. A unicorn
No,
may exist, but you have to pay for it.
you
So
do.
yes. And
So,
I'm not talking about benefits.
but to go back and answer your question about a
Mm,
smaller company, if it
mm.
makes financial sense, absolutely. I'm not opposed to working for a smaller company at all. But
Good.
not at all. I just the
Yeah.
company is what I'm doing is the most important thing to me when it comes to work, because I can deal with people we all have some type of crazy, right?
Uh,
We
if
just
a
have to
woman
learn
says that
how
we're not crazy, run.
we just have to learn how to manage our crazy along with
Exactly.
someone else's crazy, and just
We got to
try to get
commingle. We'll work it out.
exactly. And most of it is just breakdowns of communication,
Correct.
and one of
Everything.
the biggest things for me as well is caring about other people, because
Mhm.
we're all dealing with something, and it's
Right.
important that we remember
That
that
we're
we have
human.
to care about each other, and not necessarily get all into someone's business, but at least show that there is some concern when you see a person behaving in a way they don't normally behave in.
Correct.
It's just a matter of saying, hey, are you okay, and establishing relationships, because we're not robots.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's important
That's
to
perfect.
establish work relationships at work.
Right.
Doesn't mean you have to be all in people's lives, but
You
at
don't have to
work,
like the person, but at
you
least
don't.
respect them.
But they're
Just
still a
respect
human
them.
being. And so we have to
Exactly.
remember that we're still human beings. We still have life is lifing. And we still have
Mhm.
to remember that, and
I hate adulting.
care a little bit about each other. you know. So
I
that's
hate
been
adulting.
I know sometimes it really
It
sucks.
sucks. It does.
It really
Adulting
does suck.
sucks. I don't want to
So,
pay $400 per week on groceries. Like, I don't want to do it.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No,
Yeah.
seriously, I have 2 kids, and they're growing. So I literally pay $300 to $400 per week, not per month, per week on
Oh my
freaking
gosh.
groceries. Yeah, no, they eat too much. I'm like, can I just stop your growing right now? That'd be fantastic.
Well, enjoy them, because when they're away from when
Uh,
they move out, you'll be like, oh my God, I really miss them.
no,
It doesn't feel like it right now.
Nope.
It definitely
I
doesn't feel
tell
like
them
it.
every single day, the second that you left my body, I am growing you to leave this house.
That is so funny.
It's the truth. I tell, and my kids will tell you too, like, yeah, mommy's kicking us out of the house. Yep. Mommy is working her way through and go away. I love them to death. They are the love of my life, but dear Christ. Oh my God. Talking
Yes,
about,
I understand that one. I
oh,
definitely
gosh.
understand.
Cannot wait for them to have kids. I'm like, here's some sugar, honey.
Yeah,
There you
4
go.
gallons of milk, having to buy 4
Oh,
gallons of milk. And
yeah,
if they,
$10
as
a
they
piece.
get older and they start playing sports, they're gonna eat
Yep.
even more. So
Exactly. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I have one going through puberty. I have the other one. Oh my God, just eating like a horse. I'm like,
You
you cannot.
almost have to get those catering pans because when my son was
Yes.
home, between him and his my husband, my late husband,
Yeah.
man, I had the catering pan that I
Yeah.
fixed enchiladas in. Anything,
Oh yeah.
anytime I cooked, it was always in big pots. It was
Okay.
always, it was
Like,
always
where do
big
you put
pots.
it? Do you have a hollow leg? Like seriously.
Exactly.
Where
Yes, and
are you
my
putting
son
this?
played sports, and so that didn't help. That
So
did
they're
not help
burning
at all.
3,000 calories and they're
Yes,
coming home eating 5,000
a loaf
calories.
of bread to make,
Yeah, exactly.
because my son would eat 4 peanut
Oh
butter
my
and jelly
God.
sandwiches after
Oh,
he would get
easy.
home from
Boom.
football practice.
Just
And
done.
I'm like,
Gone.
why? And then turn around and eat dinner. He would turn around and
Exactly.
eat dinner. And I'm like, oh my
Uh,
goodness. So yes, I remember those days very
oh yeah.
clearly.
Like eggs, milk, bread, definitely bread,
Yes.
cheese and meat, like jelly meat.
Yes.
I'm like, I just freaking bought this. I
And to
just
get
bought this.
quality, and I mean, you don't want to buy the really overly
Exactly.
processed. So you're
No,
trying to
but
get something that's decent.
nutritious or whatever. Honestly, I don't care. I don't even care at this point. Like they can eat the processed stuff. I do not care. I will get the jumbo pack and from Costco, we can back up a truck to my
Oh my
house and
gosh.
drop it off. I do not
I
care. I will
remember
have a
those
milk
days
silo.
so
Like I'll have a
clearly.
milk silo and a grain silo outside my house. I
That
don't
is
care
so
about
funny.
HOA. I don't care about HOA. Like you feed these freaking kids.
Oh,
Then you can,
guys, we're hitting the end of the show.
oh no. Oh, you've been amazing. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's dry.